Now I'm turned on. Mic is turned on. I'm not having a repeat of last time. Okay. I tried to go live a second ago and just had in the wrong orientation, and then I tried to fix it, couldn't fix it. So we're trying again. Okay. So hi, first of all, if you are new, we are doing a co-working live stream. I am very chatty in my live stream. So if that's not your cup of tea, probably not the kind of live stream for you. Because I'm not. Thank you so much. I just turned this back on. Let me switch out. I've got another one, and maybe it might be this one's going out. Okay. This one might be, hold on, you're probably going to get a bunch of noise as I try to clip it. And now you probably couldn't hear me. I might have to just toss that one. Okay. Hold on a second. Hey, Kaylin. Okay. I'm just going to have to watch it, I guess. I think I'm just going to throw this one away. That one, luckily these ones are not very expensive. I need to just invest in a better one. But thank you for telling me, Jenny. That would have really sucked if I went all the way through again and it was not working. I had it on this time. It just was not, it turned off. So that's annoying. Okay. So, per usual, all my boxes. Okay, I will admit our first couple of weeks of school here have not been super fantastic. We are still trying to get the hang of it. Hold on one second. Okay, I took her to my daughter's, which she's not going to appreciate, but she was being awful loud. And so, where is my pen? And now I can't find my pen. I tell you what, I thought I was more organized this time. There we go. Okay. So, if you have not started school yet, I'm curious when everybody else is starting school because I feel like we are just always so early and everybody else is like still in summer mode. I know everybody's like public school's going back next week, I think, in our area. We'll watch. And our memory verses. Okay. I think I'm going to try this time going all the way across first and then coming back through. I do feel like I've kind of started to find a rhythm I like. It's just we're still hitting a lot of pushback with my kids on not really being ready to get into school mode. But I know we need to just give it time. Hey, I will take you out too, ma'am. You can go hang out with Callum. I swear I threaten those chickens constantly in my videos. Okay. So yeah, I've been rushing today though, trying to get us all done with school so I could do this. So if you haven't seen me doing this planning, what I do is I have our Bible. We do one chapter in the Bible, our Christian studies with Memoria Press, and then each of my kids gets a row, and it's our catechism that we're working through. Then we have World Watch and memory verses that we're doing. And that's our devotion time. It's pretty involved. It takes us about an hour in the morning, sometimes 45 minutes. It depends on how involved we get with our Bible reading because I've been trying to encourage the kids, like, what does this passage tell us about God? What does it tell us about us? How should we respond to this, whatever it is that we're learning? And so those kinds of conversations are so good, but they end up being so long. I'm like, maybe we need to start a little bit earlier. And memory verses. Okay. Did I do 2 colors last time? I think I just did 1. No, I did 2. I'd like to do pink, but I can't find my pink highlighter. I could use a pink marker. I've got a pink marker down here. Okay. So then on our group subjects, we have a space for our story of the world. Ooh, that's a very pinky pink. And I have a space for our Latin. And then down here is our group science. And then I need 1, 2, 3 boxes there. And 1, 2 boxes there. Okay. And then that is story of the world. And that was not far enough over. That's okay. YouTube, video, flashcards, and a read aloud. We had an incident with our read aloud this week because we have been struggling to get back to the library like almost all summer. I had all of these plans on what we were going to do over the summer, and then we didn't do any of them. We were our neighbors got a pool, and so we spent a lot of time swimming this summer. And then I ended up getting my card. We were doing an audiobook through Libby, and I ended up getting my card like put on hold because our fines were too high. And I went and looked. I've never had this many fines ever with a library card. And so that's one of those, like, I had to go tell my husband about it. And I'm like, he gets so frustrated whenever it's like, what's the point of going to the library if we pay all these fines? Might as well just buy the books. Like, I know. But every time I'm like, I'm going to get a good schedule. And then we do it for a while. And then we end up having a break from school and we get off. Okay. Dolly. And then 1, 2, 3. I don't really like using markers because I can't get my boxes even. It bugs me. Okay. Story of the world with a YouTube video, flashcards. And science. I wonder if I should zoom that in a little bit more so you can actually see what I'm doing. I don't know how zoomed in that is. Oh, that's better. I feel like you can actually read what I'm writing now. Okay. And our Latin. Okay. Fully unnecessary. Okay, now I did this last week. We do not have a YouTube video that day. We do our flashcards and our read aloud. I don't need that box. And then this one, because this is when we do our timeline. If I ever get it set up. And this is when we do our geography. And I think we're just going to do a read aloud this day. So now I just have extra boxes. That's okay. Okay, so if you are just hopping on, what I am doing is I'm planning our homeschool week for next week. And this is just an opportunity if you need to get some work done and you need to work alongside someone. But full disclosure, I am chatty. And so I will probably talk the entire time if that is not something you can handle. I like chatty work-alongs. I don't know. I don't want to just sit there and watch somebody work, but that's just me. And then this is going to be kind of like a makeup day in case we need it, because we only do Latin 4 days a week most of the time. Review and flashcards. See, I gave myself boxes here too. We need to review here and flashcards here. But we don't need to review and do flashcards here. That's fine. Let's see. Oh, I don't know why. Look at that. I like went in to start filling it out. I don't know what I'm doing. Haven't had that coffee today. Okay. So now my oldest. So for these, oh no, I guess I could do it since I filled that out. I normally do 2 boxes here so I can give myself to make sure I've checked their worksheets that they do. Ugh, that is not a good box. See, I hate this marker. All right. See, what I do is I use these as check boxes. So I go back and I check what we've done and where we're off. And it just helps me to see, if we're staying on my schedule or not. It kind of helps keep me accountable. So if I go to check something off and it's like, oh, I didn't check it off yesterday, that means we're behind, then I'm more likely to prioritize that and maybe work it into an extra lesson or doing it on a Saturday if push comes to shove and we're like running behind. Because I don't know. I used to not check myself until I was well into, just doing every couple of months, doing a check-in to see where we're at with our curriculum, where we should be. But then I would be like way off and we'd have to school for an extra like 2 or 3 weeks to get caught up. And I just don't like doing that. I feel like if I'm having to like admit to myself I can't check it off. Yes, baby. What? Okay, go see daddy. Okay, don't hold her beak, baby. That's not kind. Go see daddy. Have him look at it. Close the door, hon. My husband is actually here today. It's actually throwing me off because he went on a fishing trip, and so he is off today because he got in late last night, and then so I love him being home because I love the extra time, but then it's like it throws me off on my schedule. He's kind of a doctor. Oh, did he say it's A-okay? Oh, good. Just don't hold her beak again. Yeah, let's not do that. Okay. She was holding the chicken's beak, and then the chicken pecked her because she was holding her beak. I'm like, well, let's not do that. Let's be kind to our animals. She's 7 though, so. Okay. So the first box is to check off that we have done, like he has done the work. And the second box is to check off that I have gone through and checked his work. This little R that I have down here is for recitation. And I mean, my 16-year-old, technically, according to the standards that classical normally sets, so like Memoria Press, they're not normally doing recitation, but honestly, we're so late to the game that there's things that I want him to be memorizing that he's memorizing now. And so he's doing he has a catechism, obviously, but he also has, that's why but his catechism's like up here. But he has Oh, what is he memorizing right now? My mind just blanked on it. The Bill of Rights is one of the things that he's memorizing right now. Okay. So we have world history. This is world religions and cults. That has been so good. I think I talked about this last time. I think it's one of my favorite things that I'm doing with him. We're going through world religions and cults, and even my 9-year-old has been sitting in on it. But we're in Eastern Orthodoxy. Oh my goodness. Some of the things we had to pause and I had to go watch some videos to kind of like fully understand their process of salvation and what they believe. It's very interesting. We're a Reformed Baptist, and so it's a little odd to me. Okay, when is this sign? Oh, you know what? I don't have space for. He is also doing Christian studies. I guess I could put it in the middle here. Can I fit another box here? So we're doing Christian studies with Memoria Press, and he's doing all of the workbook. He's doing the work for it, and I'm counting it. I guess I don't really need to have his Fix It Grammar week on here. I could write what week it is over here. So I'm counting it as a credit, and I talked about this in his curriculum video. How I'm counting it as a credit is that he's doing all of the workbook, and then I also have books that he's required to read with it, and then he's also going through the entire Heidelberg Catechism. Which I need to do it myself. I think it's so funny. I feel like as a church, like the big church, not just like my individual church, a lot of times we put a big emphasis on catechizing our kids, but then we ourselves aren't catechized. And it's like, maybe we should actually listen to what we're saying to our children and go through the catechism ourselves. I think about that a lot with the stuff that I'm teaching them. Like Latin, I want to get like a formal Latin class for myself. I mean, I'm learning it with them, but maybe be a little bit ahead. Okay, so this is assigned reading, and then I make them do lit logs. He does, we do sometimes do like literature guides. But when I don't have a literature guide, I like for them also to just practice doing written narrations over things because I think both have merit. And so, okay, so moving on to my 4th grader. He's going to hate that I put his in pink. Anytime I'm doing this, he's like, why do I have pink boxes? I'm like, it's not even for you. I won't do your planner in pink. This is my planner. But he's a boy and he doesn't like pink. Okay. And I did not put a box up here for his extra math. I'm going to put boxes over here for his handwriting and his recitation. That's everything, right? Just. Okay. Oh, so he's doing questions next week. So how I have, okay, so this is his math. And then we have, stop it! Goodness. She is so loud. Spelling, writing, and rhetoric. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to do an update on writing and rhetoric. I am loving it. Oh, okay, that's what I was thinking about. He's doing the Whipping Boy, and I found something that he's doing, the questions he's going with it. So today is Thursday. Oh, it's 3:30. Man, I've been doing this for 30 minutes already. So today's Thursday. And so he did reading. No, he did reading today, questions tomorrow. So he's going to do the reading this day. So he doesn't need this boxes. So he's alternating because there's a lot of questions. Okay. His corrections, those are recitation, extra math, and handwriting. Okay. So I don't know if y'all can hear. I can hear all the way from my daughter's room. They're very feisty today. Okay. And doesn't get in there because I'm not sure. So he'll have questions here that I have to check, reading, and then questions here that I have to check, and then reading there. Okay. Dolly. Okay. All right, let me go put her up. Come here. Oh, goodness. Come here. Makes their day. They get to have both chickens in their room. Okay. All right. There we go. Now you don't have to hear squawking chickens in the background. All right. So, yeah, so my husband got home late last night and had caught, he had 80 pounds of tuna, which is fun. But what's bad is I don't like fish that much, but he uses it and he makes me tuna salad, and it's really, really good. And then I feel bad because it's like all of this fresh tuna, and I'm like making tuna salad with it. But I just don't like fish that much. Okay. No, not assigned reading here. He has questions here. And then we have corrections, handwriting, and extra math. Okay. Now for his Friday's normally a little bit lighter. So we do math. He's been regular. I'm not even going to put his grammar down because he's been doing really well with that. We've not had to work on Fridays. We have a spelling test. We do writing and rhetoric. I am going to have him do assigned reading. He doesn't have to do handwriting, and we don't do recitation. He does need to be doing extra math. Okay, so then these all need double boxes and one right here. Okay. So no, I just oh my goodness. I guess I could put writing and rhetoric up here, and then the assigned reading. That way I don't have to cross everything out. We do not go for perfect planners around here. My planner is functional. So is all my other ones. Like I do try to make them pretty. Like my daily planners that I use, I try to make them pretty, but at the end of the day, I need something that's functional. If it's not functional, then I'm not going to use it. Okay, I need to be able to scratch things out. All right. So then I have straight down for her as well. And her second box is there. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh yeah, this past week's been interesting for us as well because okay, hold on one second. All right, sorry, I have a kid who needs help with the potty, but my husband says he'll get her, so. All right. We all came down with some kind of a cold that seems like it's been going around because there's a lot of people who were sick at our church the past couple of weeks. It feels like it's not one thing, it's another. It's either sickness or allergies or. Why did I do that? See, sometimes I'm like going straight across. Oh, I just realized you can't even see what I'm doing down here. Let me shift that maybe slightly back this way. Okay, that looks good. And you can see all the way through Friday for the most part. You know, that's the bad thing about doing this kind of stuff live is that I can't go back and edit. Whenever I just film stuff, I can go back and edit it. But if I'm doing it live, that'll save me a little bit of time though, because I'm not going back and editing stuff. That takes the most time, I think. Oh, I didn't put a box here or up here. Okay, and then we'll fill the rest of this out. Okay, so we have her math and her spelling, her reading. Oh man, this is so sloppy here. Her lit log, handwriting, her explode code. It's hard because I need to not move it, but her corrections and her recitation. And then we have CLE spelling. Long handwriting, explode the code. Okay, and then on Fridays, I try to give them that break. And so she has math and the spelling test. She doesn't have any of those or that. So it's just assigned reading in her lit log, and then corrections and extra math. Okay. Let's see if you can. Whoopsie, a little close there. And corrections and extra math. Okay. That is all of the setup. And like I said in my last one, I am not going to do anything for my kindergartner because I do reverse planning with her since her curriculum is shorter, and we always end up doing 2 to 4 days with her stuff. And so okay, so to start with, for our Bible, we kind of just, let's see, where are we at right now? I'm just going to write where we should end up because this will take us 2 days. How many? That should be, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We should get to, that's a really long chapter, halfway through Acts 13 by Friday. That's going to be like a goal, and I'll fill the rest of that in later. I don't record anything. Oh, you know what? You can't even see what I'm doing. Let me shift. Oh, good grief. Let's zoom out a little bit. Here we go. Okay. So, sorry, I'm like checking myself as I'm doing it to make sure everything's still in shot. Okay, so I don't fill anything out with their catechism because it's just as we're going, what if they're moving on to the next one. Okay, so we're ending off tomorrow at chapter 6B. In Story of the Worlds. So we'll start 7A here, 7B, and 8A on Story of the Worlds. And I already have Latin all filled out. And science, got his science book here. We ended off on week 3, day 1. So let's pick up on week 3, day 2. And then, nope, not week 3, week 4, day 1. Okay. So for my oldest, where is his history book? I just brought it over here. Oh, right there. So we just finished up lesson 12. So we'll do 13 tomorrow, so we'll pick up on lesson 14. So lesson 14, lesson 15, lesson 16, lesson 17, and then lesson 18. For religions and cults, we kind of just 30 minutes. We pick up the book and we do 30 minutes. I will notate in this one that we are going to be still working through Eastern Orthodoxy. Eastern orthodoxy, and that one. And his Latin, I think we just are finishing up lesson 2, and so we're doing lesson 3 next week. Memoria Press has 1 lesson per week, and you work it the whole week. It's actually really cool how they do it, because when you first do the lesson, it's like drinking through the fire hose, and we're like, what? And then you review it all week, and so by the end of it, you're like, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, chemistry. I've got a guide that I've put together for chemistry, and so I'm not even going to fill it out here. I'm just going to go off of the guide for that. EIW. I'm having issues with EIW because their grading service isn't up yet, and so I don't know exactly where he's at with that. I'm going to leave that blank for now. And same thing with his algebra. I'm just not going to fill in his right now. It's set up to be filled in, but I'm going to fill in his later. So let's go move on to my 4th grader. So his math is somewhere in this stack of stuff over here, I think. I hope. I don't see it. I grabbed all of their stuff. Oh, it's because he was finishing his corrections from today. There you go. Okay, so he is finishing he did lesson 13 today, right? So tomorrow he'll have lesson 14. And then I think he has a test. I think they do. We've been doing this for so long, and I still can never remember. So lesson 15 is an actual lesson, and then lesson 16 is a test. Okay. So he's doing 14 tomorrow, so he'll do 404 up here. Hello, 404. I just said it. Oh, good grief, Brittany. Not enough coffee today. Not enough coffee today. Wait. 14 tomorrow, 15 Monday, 16 is the test. I'm like second guessing myself. 16 is the test. So 404 test, and then he moves on to 405. I'm going to get my life together eventually. 4051, 4052, and 4053. Okay, there we go. Grammar, recitation. I've got my teacher book here somewhere. Where'd it go? I could just flip back instead of pulling all the books out. So we did lesson 9 this week. So he'll be doing lesson 10 next week. I think I'm just going to write over here EGR is lesson 10. So that way I don't have to write it in through here because I don't have as much space. Spelling. I could do the same thing here and just notate that it's a spelling test there, and then just put for spelling what week we're on over here. Like kind of a work smarter, not harder thing. What week was he just on? He had a review week this week, I think, actually. I have him down for lesson 7. Of course, I don't see his book over here either. Okay, let's see. he's doing a review. I had him do the review. I don't always make them do the review with spelling workout if they were doing really, really well, but I felt like he could really benefit. Oh, I was going to put it over here. So he's in lesson 7. Like he could really benefit from doing some review. Okay, writing and rhetoric. I think I figured out how I like to use this. This is his. So we're doing writing time tomorrow. So we're going to do okay, I'm just going to notate that I want in writing and rhetoric, my goal is going to go through writing and rhetoric is really hard to break out. It's really good. I think we're going to go halfway through lesson 4. And then a lot of times with writing and rhetoric, I just take it based off of how much workload it looks like in that specific section for that kid, because some kids can move through that kind of stuff really fast, but you're working with like anthropomorphism and copiousness, and it's like those are hard concepts for a kid, and sometimes they just need a little bit of extra time. Okay, so I'm getting a little too chatty again. Okay, so hers, I don't have her math in front of me either. Look at that. I could just flip to, so she had the quiz today, right? So she'll have lesson 11. She'll have lesson 11 tomorrow. So she is working in 206, 12, 206, 13, 206, 14. And then I think it's the same in 2nd grade as it is in 4th grade on when they have their test. Oh, 16 is a review. She normally skips a review and goes straight to the test. So we're going to do 206 test here. 206 test. Okay. And then her spelling. She is wrapping up lesson 14, so she'll be on lesson 15. Okay. And that's all the information you need to fill out, right? Okay. Now, for story of the world, I'll pull my guide. Okay, so this is is there anything we want to do? Ooh, a toilet plunger. Carefully washed in hot soapy water. I would hope so. I'm just gonna let our kids play with a plunger. Ooh, stamp patterns. That looks like fun. Okay. So let's see. I'll put project story of the worlds. And then over in here, stamp. And it is page 52. And per usual, I need to, would have been helpful if I wrote down this stuff that I wanted. So we need paint, a sponge, a potato, and I don't have any of my I have to lose my spot here. All right, so and I lost my spot. I like set it down. I like intentionally did that. Wow. Okay, so I need to get the story of the world. I need to do the map pages. And then I need to make, I'm just going to do supplies for the project. Okay. And I think that that's pretty much it. Oh, okay. Also, we are still working on our habit of, oopsie, I clicked on something. Okay. Obedience, which is going amazingly. I'm so excited that we're actually sticking with this obedience training. And we are still reading through The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. We are not going to finish it this week. So, okay. So now I'm going to get my kids' planners out. And I just stacked a bunch of stuff on top of them. Okay. All right, so I think I'm going to do his like blue and green. So I'm going to label all of his stuff. Homeschool stuff. And then I am beyond tired for some reason. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to take it from you. That will make it a lot easier. Because I actually kind of figured out how I like to do this last week on their planners to keep it super simple for myself. Okay. All the way down. And then this one has a box. And then this one has a box. So this first box, just like with my planner, this first box is to check off that we have done the work together, or he's done it, or if he's done it independently, he's done it. And then I give them another box that they can check off when they've done the corrections. So then they are going back to their planner and not coming to me on, Mom, what do I do next? What haven't I done yet? They can go and check their list. And if they have anything to complete in a time, like if I'm working with somebody else, they can go move on to something that's independent, and then they can just get to finish sooner. And his English grammar recitation is, oh, I need to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Okay, so he has reading this day. He's not doing questions. Oh, so that means I'm going to have an extra box. Okay, and then science. And then he can check it off. I said this last week. Sometimes I'll fill in the other side, but honestly, they really don't need it because I kind of hand them their stuff and they can move on to the next lesson for the most part. And I very much realize that to the outsider looking in, it probably looks like I very much overcomplicate this. But I've been homeschooling for 9 years and I've done it numerous ways. And this is the only way that I have managed to keep myself accountable and consistent. And that's my biggest piece of advice with homeschooling is like, even if it doesn't work for other people and they're like, you're doing so much extra work for yourself, if it helps you, then do it. Because doing all of this helps me, because giving them a list like this, it helps me. And I used to give them printable lists, and I actually honestly preferred to doing that because then I could just print it off each week. But they kind of liked that I have a planner and then they could have a planner. And eventually I'm going to get them to start transferring their own work. But oh shoot, I said I wasn't going to do this because he has questions one day that he fills out from his assigned reading and then assigned reading the next day. And so it's like, it takes me maybe 10 extra minutes and it means a lot to them. So I can take 10 minutes out of my day to set them up a planner. And I also think it just builds good habits for them as well. Like just working within a planner, having it handwritten, and then transferring it over to them at some point where they'll start handwriting it themselves. It's just building a good habit. It's one of the reasons why at the end of the year, one of the habits I want us to work on is orderliness. Because I need to work on it also, but no, he has questions this day. But then also it'd be good for them as well. Oh shoot, I did that wrong because I do for him on his, so he has math and extra math. He has writing and rhetoric and a spelling test. And then correction. No, we're not going to have Latin that day. Let me flip back what I have here. Spelling test, his extra math. I have a Latin box, but his recitation. No, we're not doing recitation on Fridays. I don't know why I put that there. Grammar. No, we don't do that. Okay, I think I just have extra boxes. He does need a science box. I think I'm going to start having him do the map work, though. The Story of the World map work on Friday. Because we have a little bit of extra time on Fridays, and I think that would be a good time for him to do that. He's in 4th grade. He can handle doing a little bit extra. And I think that's everything for him. I've just got some extra boxes. That's fine. He'll probably get frustrated with me. That's not all aligned perfectly, but you know, he could write his own planner if he wants it to look perfect. I never promised a perfect planner, just a written one. Okay, and then he has all of his extra boxes. All right, so last one is my 2nd grader. Oh goodness, that is just, it's so her. All of the doodles in the artwork, it's so her. Okay, so let's do purple. I'll do that pink I don't like, but just on this side. So let's do pink and purple. This is going to be her check boxes. So let's do the pink on this side. Okay, so she is the epitome of a girly girl. I'll separate the line out with the pink also. Okay. And then okay. Now her boxes. Go all the way down. She doesn't have anything there for Mondays because she only does grammar Tuesday through Thursday. So we have math and Latin, recitation, and extra math, and spelling, handwriting, and explode the code, reading, and her lit log, and science. Okay, so she needs a checkbox on this side and this side. Spelling, explode the code, her lit log, and her science, because those are the only ones that need corrections if she happens to need corrections that day. Okay, now this Tuesday will go all the way down. And this one, this one. She has grammar practice. So it does need a checkbox because it is something she could possibly need corrections on. Her lit log and her science. Okay. I feel like I'm sighing a lot today. And these two. And these two. Okay. It's getting sloppier and sloppier the longer I write, is what I'm noticing. So normally, whenever I'm planning, if I don't have a camera on, I am not the kind of person that's going to sit and plan straight through. I'm like, I'll plan for a little bit, and then now my hand's tired, so I'm going to go take a break and go do something else, and then I'll come back to it. But okay, so close. Oh, she's going to love this color scheme, though. Latin, spelling, explore the code, grammar practice. Oh no, oh, doesn't matter. Same thing. Here and here. Okay. So math and Latin and recitation and extra math and spelling and handwriting. Now this one, Thursdays, is intro to grammar with that goes alongside her Prima Latina stuff. Okay. And then Fridays is the one that's different. So Fridays we just have, we're not doing Latin on Friday. I'm not going to put it on there. If we do, we do, but it doesn't need to be like logged. And then she has a spelling test for reading, lit, log, and science. I keep these grouped together because they're part of their, I call them their language art stack, because it's just a stack of books. And so that's basically a lot of the stuff that they can do independently. There's a handful of things we have to work together, but typically, why did I put that there? That's silly. Extra math. Typically, and I also put a checkbox here that she doesn't need. That's going to throw her off. We used to have it where we would all work at the same time on their stacks, but then now I'm like, if you have a space that you don't have anything to do, you can pull from your stack, anything out of your stack that you can do on your own, work on that. Okay, and that is it. So if you are new, first of all, I want to just let you know I had this idea of doing this weekly. If this is something that is of interest to you, please like this live stream. If you're watching it after, if you could give it a like, if you could comment. If this time slot on Thursdays at 3 Central Time doesn't work for you, I've also tried out last week. I tried out Saturday morning, which I'm still open to. And so I can do Saturday mornings if that is a better time for most people. If you absolutely hate this kind of stuff and you are one of my subscribers, I would love to know that too. I just like feedback because I want to give what y'all want, and I don't want to spend my time doing things that are just not of interest. So I have a new video coming out next tomorrow, and so check that out if you haven't yet. It's all about kind of homeschooling lies that are very prevalent today, and kind of what I've learned in my 9 years of homeschooling. So check that out. It comes out at 8 a.m. tomorrow Central Time. And with that, I will see y'all next time. Bye.